Welcome back, Mr. or Mrs. Chef. For today's dough, you will need 450 grams of flour, 300 milliliters of water, 1 packet of dry yeast, 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. The first thing you want to do is add your yeast into your water, and you want to let that yeast sit in the water for around 10 minutes until the yeast activates. Add your flour into a container, and you want to mix your flour with your salt and your sugar. Create a little hole in your flour, and you want to add your yeast in water and also your olive oil. Mix this together once again until you begin to create your dough. You can use your hands, or if you have one, you can also use an electric mixer. Add some flour onto a clean surface and then proceed to keep squishing your dough for a few more minutes. And if you've never done it before, these are the types of motions that you need to be doing. Create a little ball with your dough and then place it in a container, adding a little bit of olive oil at the bottom so that the dough doesn't stick. Also apply a little bit of olive oil just on top of that dough so that it doesn't become crusty. Let it sit for a minimum of 1 hour and 30 minutes until it doubles in size. Now you want to chop your dough, and you can chop it in 2 or you can chop it in 4, depends how thick you want your pizza to be. In this case, we chopped it in 4, and then you want to create little balls with your dough. The last thing you want to do before creating your pizza is you want to let those little balls sit in a container for another 40 minutes because once again, they will double in size. To create your amazing pizza sauce, all you will need is 1 can of canned tomatoes, 1 small onion very finely diced, 1 garlic clove. We've also got some fresh basil, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of dry oregano and 1 teaspoon of dry basil. Add your good quality olive oil into a pan, and then once this is heated, you want to go ahead and add your garlic and your onion. Once you get a golden color, you want to go ahead and add your canned tomatoes and also the rest of your ingredients. Let this cook for around 15 minutes in medium heat. "40 minutes later, and now your little balls have probably doubled in size. Now comes the fun part, making your pizza. And you want to expand your dough using your hands, and if you have an appropriate tool, then go ahead and use it. We're gonna create the typical and original
pizza di Napoli.
So add some olive oil onto your dough and spread it evenly, and then you can go ahead and add your tomato sauce. And you don't want to add too much, just enough. Then go ahead and add your bufala mozzarella, your basil, and sprinkle a little bit of parmesan on top. Let this sit in the oven for around 15 minutes. And voila! Enjoy!